Hey, we're live again. I finally got back on track to come out and do some more live content for you. I've had a couple of really busy days, very empowering and uplifting at the same time. So to get my focus, to get back on track again, excuse the pun, I'm actually back at the athletic track because that's where my passion is. That's where I find my drive. So I want to share something with you today that's in reference to the quantum leap. So let's look down. Whoops, bear with me a moment. How straight is your path? Now, everybody knows in business that our pathway is not the straight run as we all think it could be, or what we would like it to be. In fact, in some cases, it's rather a rocky, bumpy, crisscrossy road. But in this particular instance, I want to use the emphasis of the long jump as an indicator of your pathway and taking those quantum leaps and seeing how far you go. So everybody at some point in time has been on an athletic track. Everybody has had that experience because it's something that we all witness at school. But we're never taught, other than it's a sporting element, just how to, what to, bring it back into our life, because it's all about learning how that we applied ourselves back then is how we also can apply ourselves now. So I'm just going to keep the camera off me at the moment as we walk the long jump. And then I'm going to just stand at a point where your first leap of faith, your first leap of identifying what that idea is an indicator of taking that first quantum leap. If we were to be doing the long jump itself, we would have the starting board, or the landing board as they call it, which is predominantly this white line here, and hoping that you can see it with the glare of the sun and everything in my shadow. But of course, the momentum of what happens is when we're taking the long jump, we may only reach this point of the sandpit, right? So we're really only just over the beginning of it. And that in itself is a mammoth step when we're starting out. It's a situation where we know we can do better. So the situation could be that you've got to go and get some mentoring, you've got to go and get some extra training, or you may just have to sit down and write a book, which is very cathartic for you, and you actually get clarity in your mind. So you then approach it and start taking another leap. Wow, you take another leap. So now you're at this point in the sandpit. There's where we started. Now we're at about, a portion of the way into the long jump. The thing is, from memory, you get 6 tries. 6 tries to be able to meet the mark that you're actually the top level of the distance that you jump. So again, you're only the second leap in. There's another way I could do something. I think I could actually go back and I'll try another way. And I'm looking at that. We take the long journey again as we look down the track. We come to the board and we take the next leap. Wow, we get a little bit further. Now, this is all part and parcel of the strategies that we use in life. I've been able to look at this and look at what happened for my sporting days, because long jump, triple jump were one of my favourite events to do on the track and field. So understanding that for every jump you take, you're stretching that little bit further. You're aiming for another point on where your dream end result is, and you're actually looking at ways in which you can improve. Do you need to do it again? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So you'd go back, you retweak. Something might come up in your pathway that is so left field to anything you've ever experienced. Wow, I'm on fire with this. I'm feeling really excited about this. Okay, let's look at what we do. We then look at another starting point, landing board, and then we leap again. But this time we've leaped that little bit further, because there's your starting board. And now you're 3/4 of the way. I know you're only looking at sand, but that's okay. I was hoping to have lines here. The bottom line is you've stretched your mindset. You've improved on your mindset. You've released some emotional stuff that's been blocking you. And we don't always know what that blockage is until we've dealt with it. Trust me, I understand that. I've witnessed that. I've experienced it. In letting go of those blockages, we actually can get further. So again, once all of that's been cleared in your mindset, you feel better in your heart place because you're now coming from your heart. You're now coming from a space where you are totally in alignment with what that end result is. And then we make the decision. I'm going for this. Now, this is whatever that is for you. So in this particular instance, we're going to look at what we've been doing, we're going to tweak it, we're going to shift it, we're going to rebrand ourselves, we're going to start all over again. We go back to the board, we go back to the long straight, and our next leap is the quantum leap that takes you to the end. This is the pathway that you actually get onto and you feel so in flow with, you're so passionate about, that you can really, really become congruent in what it is you're doing. There's our track just to the side there. That's part of what I use as a methodology on what am I doing, how far am I stretching, what is the next thing that I can do to move me forward. Do I stand here and just leap? And trust me, I used to have to stand on the board that is right underneath me where I'm standing, and then I would have to jump as the child, jump as far as I could from this board and jump, really stretching myself to say, how far can I go? I'm using very similar principles to do exactly the same in what I'm doing with my business. Now, things have shifted. The author in me is still there. I'm still doing a lot of little bits and pieces in blurbs, aiming to look at getting a blog going, but it's not my priority at this point in time. What's my priority is to get everything organised so that when I take that next quantum leap, it will put me in a place where I'm in a space that I know that what I'm doing is directly for me. And that is the most empowering thing. It's not for anybody else. I want it. I'm driving for it. I'm passionate about it. I want you to feel that for yourself. Because until you come in alignment with that, doesn't necessarily all align. Doesn't necessarily feel good. Oh, I'm drudging, I'm pushing. Oh, well, how hard should this be? It shouldn't be hard at all. I didn't finish work last night until about 10:30, 11:15. I didn't get out of bed this morning until 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm saying that because I had to give my body a little bit of a rest today. I had to give myself a little bit of a place where I needed to reflect, and then I made the decision. I'm going back to the track. I need to get back into doing my lives. I'm Janice Muir from I Believe, I Achieve. Stay tuned, because we'll be back at the track. I think I've got the 200 next. Keep smiling. Thank you.